everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Candid Campbell. I'm your host, Olivia Hoff, and guess who? We are joined by Dean Campbell once again. So how are you this week?
Great to be here again.
Great. Well, it's so great to have you. Okay, so one of the biggest stories recently is the SGA elections that we just had on campus, and it was announced that Brian Guzman will take over as SGA president. So can you tell us about the importance of these elections?
Oh, well, Brian's going to be a great president. I think he's got a lot of good leadership skills, and he's been involved all his time here. But you know, the SGA is really a partner with the administration and on running the university. Anytime there's aspects of student life, the trustees have actually given the student government, SGA, the ability to regulate student life on campus. So they have a big impact on what happens, what we do on campus, and I think it's important. But always, it's got to be a partnership. We have a tripartite form of government on campus where the faculty and the administration and the students all have a part in how we develop policy and how we run our institution. So unlike many campuses, they're not just advising, they're actually acting. And they're an active partner in what we do.
I think Frank Romano did a great job, and I'm sorry to see him go. I'm sorry to see him.
Frank and his whole administration did a wonderful job, and they did a lot of good things. And you know, Heather Fischler started the whole Relay for Life pieces, and they brought community service. And you know, Brian did a great job. Alex did a great job as treasurer for 2 years. So we had a really good time. Yeah.
So, well, now the Student Government Association, like you said, it works really closely with the administration. So I'm happy. I didn't know that they worked as close as they did.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm happy to see that because they're students just like us. You know, they know what we would want to see and what we wouldn't.
Well, we met regularly. In fact, people don't realize that the Student Government Executive Board meets once a month with President Rosansky and me.
Oh, wow.
And we talk about issues of concern and try to work out things.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. So, okay, now the economy has been hitting everyone hard, and colleges and universities are no exception. It was announced recently that beginning on July 1st, all universities and colleges will have to switch to a direct lending program for student loans. So what exactly does this mean?
In the past, students were going through banks to get their Stafford loans and the government-funded back loans. Those banks were actually taking an origination fee out and making profits off the federal government, and those profits were taking money away from money available to students for lending. Through the direct lending program, you work right through Rider, we get an allocation. Without having all the fees attached to it, it actually creates more money available for students.
Oh.
And so it's a very good thing. Now, it's going to take more work on our part to administer the program, but I think in the long run, it gives students more money.
So I can appreciate that. How quickly will it begin to affect the students?
Well, you won't. It'll be seamless to the students. You'll apply, you'll get your loans just like that. Now, behind the scenes, we're running ragged trying to get it all done. But we'll get our allocation. You'll get your loans just like you normally did in financial aid. But I think you'll find that there's more money available for students this way.
Oh, great. Well. Thank you very much then, because I can
thank
definitely appreciate that one. So University Day, we talked a little bit about this last week. We talked about it was coming up, and it celebrates the day when Rider became a university.
That's right.
So how successful was the event? How did it go?
I thought it was wonderful. I hope you were there, because if you weren't, you missed a very good meal. We had a lot of celebration. We had some awards that we gave out. Chuck McCall won the Nancy Gray Award for service to the community. It was a fun day. We also had a very important thing that was going to, I think you'll mention later, is that we had students actively signing petitions for the against the governor's cut to try to help inform the Senate and Assembly that we really need that financial aid. But for the most part, it was a celebration. We had wonderful food, we had music, it was a good time. And faculty, staff, and clerical workers, everybody came together for one big celebration.
Wow. I heard there were a lot of really fun events. People were talking about it in all of my classes, about decorating cakes. And you got to keep the cake.
That's right. There was people, decorate cake, get to keep the cakes. They gave it to their favorite teachers, especially students that might have needed an extra couple of points on the grades. Brought us cakes. It was great.
Well. those cakes. Sounds
Those
like a
cakes
very
were-
good
They were
idea.
a good investment for some.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Ryder will be launching a new website in 2010 and in the fall. And as a result, the university has been doing a lot of research, and they have focus groups and things like that to see what the students think should be part of the new design for the website. So can you tell us a little bit about the project?
Sure. Well, students today, first thing they go to is the website. How do we, what do we want to find out? They, instead they go to Wikipedia. They don't go to the old days when I went to Encyclopedia Britannica. They go to Wikipedia. They're electronic. So that really is the face of the university to many students that are thinking about Ryder or want to know about Ryder. Books and like the source, look online. Let's find out the information online. So the website's very important, and it has to have the right look, the right feel.
Yeah.
We have to incorporate the right technology to make it work for the students. And so we're trying to get all their opinions. Is it right? Does it actually give the information we want? Do you have ease of navigation? And so students who use it far more than folks like I do, they're the experts. They're the ones we want to reach. So we're getting a lot of good feedback. We made some adjustments. We did the survey to get information on which ones you would like better. And based on that information, we're working with our consultants and developing our site.
That's a really good idea, because I know personally I'm on the website all the time every day, because that's how we get to the webmail, Blackboard, Noodlebib, right through the website. So I think it's great that you guys are asking us students about what we think would be a good tool for it.
Well, you're the ultimate users.
Yeah,
So
that is
we
true.
need to make it work for you.
Well, great. I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Good.
So now seniors received recently their cap and gowns the other night for graduation. So during the distribution, seniors had the chance to ask questions about commencement and see what kind of things will be going on. And so can you tell us a little bit about this program where they...
Commencement's a wonderful day. It's just a great family day. You've invested 4 years of your life, or sometimes a little bit more, taking classes and being part of our community. And it really is a celebration of everybody's achievements. And there's not a better feel-good day on campus than graduation. Chance for all of you. You'll stand out in front of Swigert there on the big green. We'll have 7,500 to 8,000 chairs out there, people swelling the areas, and a good day, the bright blue skies, and even little baby ducklings are out there watching. But we have a few speeches, but the highlight is when everybody's name is called, and you come across the stage, the picture's taken, the families cheer. Some places say don't cheer. We say cheer.
Yeah.
The families need to cheer for their students, and that's always fun. And it's just a really great day. And then afterwards, there's a reception in the Kavala room. Light refreshments, but it's a chance for students to take pictures, talk with faculty members that they like, and people that were important to their lives, take pictures with friends, and really be part of the whole day.
Aw, that's so much fun. I can't wait personally for my graduation.
Well, we don't want you to leave anytime soon. We
Oh,
got
me
a couple
neither.
more years.
Yeah, me neither. So now recently we have some great things going on campus. Pat McGee, a musician, came to Ryder to speak to Dr. Millen's class about the social impact of rock and roll, which sounds to me like the best class on the planet. So he came to talk about the changes in the music industry. The following night, he played with a band at the pub. So, I mean, can you tell us about classes like this?
Isn't that a wonderful opportunity? You learn from somebody, and then you see them perform. It sort of puts the whole thing together, puts the whole thing in perspective. It's no different than having an author come to a class and talk about what we do with our Distinguished Writer Series. This year, James McBride came and spoke with students who wrote about his works and his books. They got an opportunity to critique his work and share their critiques with him.
Wow.
And got feedback, and then later on he gave a lecture to the community. It's the same kind of concept. You meet the author, you meet the artist, you meet the politician, you meet the people. That's what college is all about, is having that kind of exchange with the people that that are involved in the subject matter. And if you don't take advantage of that, you miss a big part of the education. So it's great for the students. I still remember wonderful things from my day as a student, when we were still, talking with rocks and things like that.
Yeah.
But even now, it's still a big part. And students get excited. about that, because it's different than the typical lecture class.
Exactly. I mean, talk about great opportunities and experiences. I know I learn a lot more than just the average sitting, reading from a book. It's great to have an experienced professional like that come in. So now, staying with music, a band called the Red Velvets performed live on Rider's radio station, 107.7 The Bronx. And the radio station has evolved huge and greatly during the past few years. Can you tell us about the sort of programs and opportunities students have with that?
I just think you're right. The radio station has grown phenomenally in the last couple of years under the leadership of John Moses, who is a professional person that we've hired to help guide the station. He's done a wonderful job, and the student staff have done wonderful jobs. People like Tom Lawler and Joe Jose, they've done wonderful jobs, really bringing creativity. It's always still the freshness and the energy comes from the students who do their shows. But we've added things like 5 minutes with the mayor, where Pam Mal from the mayor comes in and talks. We have a sustainability show. We're planning on doing a healthcare show. So we're trying to give both information, and we're trying to give students a chance to really express themselves on the radio, but also use the radio as a teaching point for people who want to go into radio as a profession. So all of those things are combining, and it's become a very exciting place to be. I really enjoyed it. At least I know that one of the students likes to play the oldies, so music I know. So it's good.
Oh, well, talk about hands-on experience. Once again, the opportunities.
And we're reaching, hundreds of thousands of people, so I think it's a big really boost for our students.
Wow. Well, I definitely agree. So we had talked before about these classes that we have, that you get hands-on experience, you get to talk and interact with real professionals. And this one sounds so cool to me. The Rider Forensics accounting students have been given the opportunity to work with the IRS in a program called the Adrian Project. So that means they work with the agents to solve mock crimes. This to me sounds like CSI, everyone's dream. I know. So what are these type of events at Rider?
Well,
these are,
again, it's a chance to add the theoretical with the experiential, and giving people a hands-on, sort of like this show for you. Give students a hands-on opportunity to actually practice their craft. Our forensic accounting majors had the opportunity. We're the only school in New Jersey to have this so far, first school in New Jersey, to work with the IRS agents. How do you solve a fraud case? How do you solve a case of fraud and a crime? And they worked through the investigation with the FBI agents and actually made an arrest at the end of the day, which was kind of interesting. The FBI, the students only had water guns as their props, but it was we didn't want them running around with real guns.
I know.
But they did they did a really great job, and it was such a great experience because they were able to see how trained FBI agents think, and the students were able to add their insights into solving the crime and really be an important part of the whole day. It was a phenomenal day, and the faculty were excited about it, the students were excited about it, and the FBI agents were excited about it.
Wow, that's so exciting. If that was my major, I would love that. That's so awesome. So unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for this week, but we want to thank you again, Dean Campbell, for coming to join us.
That's great. Well, I hope everybody's enjoying the end of the semesters and winding down.
Summer's coming.
Summer's coming.
So, okay, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week for a new episode of Candid Campbell.